Joining us now, one of the first names you're going to hear come Thursday night when it's time to get the draft started. He is running back from Boise State, Ashton Jeanty. And I got my Boise State blue on today just for you, Ashton.
I see you, man, rocking that blue.
I'd wear your next color, but I don't know what it is.
We don't know yet.
How much of you, I can't imagine being in your situation, Ashton, because okay, it's draft week. It's a roller coaster ride. And part of me would want to savor every minute of it, but part of me would also want to fast forward to the end and just like, can I find out where I'm going? Where are you on that scale?
I would say like I'm right in between, because I think at the same time, like you said, like you want to enjoy the moments, take it all in, just be appreciative of the process and everything that you get to see and learn and do and people you get to meet, but also at the same time, right? I've been living out of, my luggage as of lately, so I just part of you wants to be settled down and, in the city, the place, the house, the apartment, whatever it is that you're gonna be. So that's really the only thing, but it's been great though.
And I hadn't thought of this until now. As you visit these different cities, I'm sure you have moments where you're like, "Hey, I kind of like this. I could live here, but wait a minute, let's not get ahead of ourselves because I ultimately have no control. It might be one of these places that I maybe wouldn't want to live."
Yeah. Definitely, traveling to different places, some cities more than others, you definitely could see yourself. But thankfully, the way I grew up, I've been in a lot of different places. I've been some places where I didn't like, so I think wherever I go, I'll be perfectly fine. I'll find the good part wherever it is.
So, Ashton, when are you heading to Green Bay and are you driving there right now?
Now, so I head there tomorrow morning. So I just been ripping and running around, working out. Got to get my hair done pretty much when this is over. So I'm sitting right outside the salon.
With all the, well, we won't keep you for long. I don't want to get in the way of a man getting his hair ready for the draft, that's for sure. With all the traveling you've done and all the guys you've met, have you made a lot of new friends with the other guys that are about to enter the NFL, or is there kind of an edge because most of these guys are going to be on different teams than me?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Like, there's a competitive side to you. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be playing against some of these guys, but also, just to get to know them as people, and we're all going through the same, process, and trying to figure out what team we're going to, and sell ourselves the best we can to these teams. But it's been cool getting to meet a bunch of different guys and spend time with them.
When you got invited to go to the draft at Lambeau Field, was there any hesitation whatsoever, or did you know they want me there? I'm going.
Yeah, there wasn't. I wouldn't say there was really any hesitation. I mean, from a standpoint, you want all your family to be there, and that's the only thing, you can't have all your family there. But from the standpoint of walking across the stage, getting your name called, shaking the commissioner's hand, I mean that's a once in a lifetime experience. So I definitely had to partake in that.
I've never really thought of this before. How many do they let you bring with you, and how do you go about figuring out who's in and who's out?
Yeah, so you get, I think it's about 15 tickets, something like
Wow.
that. I don't remember the
Wow.
exact amount, but so you can only have, I think, six people in um the green room, and then the rest are out in the theater. So it's a good bit of people. It's not too bad.
That's a nice crowd. That's good. That's good. A good way to get it rolling. I saw over the weekend Patriots coach Mike Vrabel talking about how important it is that whoever they pick is able to handle the expectations that come with it. How much thought have you given to the fact that you're going to be like instantly the face of a new group of players who are going to make a team or be expected to make a team better, and there's going to be a lot that comes along with it? How much have you thought about, I don't want to call it a burden, it's just going to be a new reality. Everybody's going to want to buy your jersey, and they're going to expect you to come in and run for big yards and score touchdowns. And how much have you come to terms with the fact that you're the guy? They're going to look to you as the guy when it's time for you to go to that new team.
Yeah, I've thought about it a good bit, and I think that's just that's really what's been driving me to, go even harder, work harder, get better in any way that I can possible to be ready to go for that rookie mini camp and OTAs and then into training camp. And to be honest, I think that's a privilege, to have that kind of pressure on you, to have that kind of responsibility. And, I've had that over, in my time in Boise State. So I'm just ready to attack it and, be the face, be the guy in whatever new team it is.
Look, I'm sure you've talked to plenty of teams. You've heard plenty of things from your representation about what may happen and when. What's your personal belief as to the earliest you're going to go on Thursday night?
I think the earliest I think the earliest that I would go is number 6. That's my belief. And that would be the Raiders at that pick or somebody else trading up to get in front of them possibly. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Okay, so that's when the window opens. Now, here's the other side of it. And a lot of times I won't ask guys because you never know quite how long it's going to take, but I'm confident with you it's not going to take long. Where's the floor for you? Where's the pick where you know it's going to happen by then?
Um, I would say number 12. Yeah, I would think that would be the floor. Honestly,
Now, I can't remember off the top of my head who's got number 12. Who's got number 12?
that's them Cowboys.
Oh, how about them Cowboys? They wear blue. It's not quite Boise State blue,
Not
but
quite.
it's close. It's still blue.
Blue is blue, man.
Have you talked to anybody like Zeke or any of the players from the Cowboys?
No, I haven't really got to really much talk to any of their players like that, but everybody around the city is, hoping that I'm a Cowboy. So I stay in Aubrey, Texas with my friends right now, but obviously went to high school in Frisco, so
Who's the guy currently in the NFL that you know the best?
currently I'll say JL Skinner played played safety for us at Boise State. He's with the Broncos. So I was actually just on the phone with him like a few minutes ago, actually.
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned the Broncos because one of the realities, Ashton, of where you go, coaches have a different approach to how they use running backs. I talked to Brad Holmes, the Lions GM, a few weeks ago, and we talked about how they use Jahmyr Gibbs because a lot of people think this guy's phenomenal. You should use him all the time, but they're trying to balance it out and maybe extend his career. And then you got a guy like Saquon Barkley gets the ball all the time. Where are you for your own preference? Do you want to be 25 carry a game guy? Or if you'd get in a spot, because if you and you're not going to last until Denver, they'd have to trade up. But if you'd be in a place where they like to use 2 or 3 running backs and you wouldn't get the ball as much, but it's less wear and tear, where are you on that spectrum?
I think I'm kind of in between. I think it's good to have a 2-man running back system if you have really 2 great guys at the position. I mean, I kind of had that in college, in my first 2 years, and I think it can be really beneficial to the players, obviously longevity, but you know, just from this past year, I mean, from a durability standpoint, if you can handle that, you can take that heavier load each and every single game. I mean, I'm here for it.
Well, that's good. And that's the thing. Sometimes you don't know whether you can until you're thrown into it and you have to do it week in and week out. And I always say with running backs and the Cowboys again, Emmitt Smith, there wasn't any one thing that he did phenomenally, but he suited up and he played every single week and he got his yards every single week and he found a way to play every single week. And that's I think one of the best things any running back can bring to the table at the NFL level.
Right. And being available for the team.
So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. That's the action zone. Give me your best pitch. I'm the guy making the decision at any of those teams. Give me the best pitch right now as to why I should put your name on the card.
Yeah, I mean, if you want somebody that's gonna, elevate your organization, I'm your guy. In terms of personality, I'm a leader. I was a captain this past year at Boise State, and I helped lead the team to their first ever playoff experience. So I've won 2 conference championships. while I was at Boise State, back to back actually. So, I'm a winner. I'm coming to win. I'm coming to bring win to that organization, but also to elevate it and the people around me and the community. Whatever I can do in the community to make it better, to bring people together, to give back to the game of football. That's me. So if you're looking for the all around package deal, that's me.
Well, I was already sold anyway, but you sold me even more. Now you make your pitch on behalf of USAA. They have been kind enough to make you available to us today. What do you have going on with them, Ashton?
Yeah, so partnering up with them and did an official salute to service of the National Football League. So just being a former military kid, and my dad serving in the military for 20 years. I have a great appreciation for what they do. So just want to thank all the people who serve, the veterans, the families. Just a great appreciation there. But so what we were able to do is, go to the Air National Guard in Milwaukee and actually do a day in the life. So unfortunately, the weather wasn't cooperating that day, but we were actually supposed to get up in the air. And so they have these planes pretty much that hold hundreds of thousands of gallons of jet fuel, and they actually refuel these fighter jets in the air. So we're actually going to go and see the process, but obviously to draft prospects, you're not going to put them in the air when the weather's dangerous. But so we did some simulators. I actually got to fly a plane on the simulator. They said I was a natural, so who knows? Maybe a pilot after I get done playing football.
Wow, wow.
But no, it was just a great experience, and just thankful to USA and all the people in the military.
Well, that's great stuff, Ashton, and it's been fun spending some time with you at the Combine and talking to you today. Can't wait to see how it works out for you on Thursday night. We'll be watching and we'll be rooting for you wherever you go. Thanks for a little bit of your time. Now, get into the salon and get ready for Thursday night.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.